Students, today's grammar lesson is active voice and passive voice. Before we start, let's understand that in a sentence there is a subject, a verb and an object. It is important to understand what a subject is. A subject can be either a person who does the action or a thing that we talk about. A verb is an action such as eat, drink, talk, dance, etc. An object can be either a person on whom the action is done or a thing on which the action is done. Children, when we use active voice, it shows how a subject in a sentence acts upon its verb. The general formula of active voice is subject plus verb plus object. Now you can see the example, he watered the plants. This sentence is in past simple tense. In this sentence, he is the subject because he is the doer of the action. Watered is the verb because it describes the action. The plants is the object because it is the thing on which the action of watering is done. When we use passive voice, it shows how the subject in a sentence is acted upon by the verb. The general formula of passive voice is object plus auxiliary verb plus past participle form of the main verb plus subject. An auxiliary verb helps the main verb and the main verb describes the main action. Children, you should understand that every tense has its own passive formula. This sentence is in past simple tense. So the passive voice formula of past simple tense is subject plus was over plus the past participle form of the main verb plus the object. Now let's find the answer. The passive voice sentence begins with the object, that is the plants. Then we add the auxiliary verb according to the formula. The plants is the plural noun, so we select the verb verb. Then we write the past participle form of the main verb, that is watered. Next, we use the preposition by to show who performed or did the action. Finally, we write the subject at the end of the sentence. In this situation, if the subject is given, you should change it to the object pronoun. Here the subject pronoun is he and it becomes the object pronoun him. The passive voice sentence says, the plants were watered by him. Children, now you are going to learn how to turn the active voice sentences in past tenses into passive voice. Here we focus on past simple tense, past continuous tense and past perfect tense. The passive voice formula of past simple tense is subject plus was over plus the past participle form of the main verb plus the object. The passive voice formula of past continuous tense is subject plus was over plus being plus the past participle form of the main verb plus the object. The passive voice formula of past perfect tense is subject plus had plus been plus the past participle form of the main verb plus the object. Now you should study these three formulas. Students, let's talk about the sentences in past simple tense. The example is Ben sent an email. The passive voice formula of past simple tense is subject plus was over plus the past participle form of the main verb plus the object. Now let's follow these easy steps. Step 1. Identify the subject, verb and the object in the sentence. The subject is Ben, the verb is sent, the object is an email. Step 2. Bring the object to the front, that is an email. Step 3. Add the auxiliary verb according to the formula. An email is a singular noun, therefore we select the auxiliary verb was from the formula. Step 4. Write the past participle form of the main verb. The past participle form of the main verb send is sent. Therefore, the answer is an email was sent. Step 5. Add by. Now the answer is an email was sent by. Step 6. Change the subject pronoun if necessary and complete your answer. In this sentence, we do not find a subject pronoun. Ben is the doer of the action. So the complete answer, an email was sent by Ben. Now let's talk about the sentences in past continuous tense. The example is Mr. Peter was teaching me. This sentence is in past continuous tense. The passive voice formula of past continuous tense is subject plus was over plus being being plus the past participle form of the main verb plus the object. Now let's follow the easy steps. Step 1. Identify the subject, verb and the object in the sentence. The subject is Mr. Peter. The auxiliary verb is was. The main verb is teaching. The object is me. Here you have to change the object pronoun me to subject pronoun I when you take it to the front of the sentence in step 2. Step 3. Add the auxiliary verb according to the formula. So the answer is I was being. Step 4. Write the past participle form of the main verb. The past participle form of the main verb teach is taught. Now the answer is I was being taught. Step 5. Add by. Now the answer is I was being taught by. Step 6. Change the pronoun if necessary and complete your answer. In this situation, we don't have to change the pronoun. Now the answer is I was being taught by Mr. Peter. Children, now we are going to talk about the sentences in past perfect tense. The example is the police had arrested a gang of thieves. This sentence is in past perfect tense. The passive voice formula of past perfect tense is subject plus had plus been been plus the past participle form of the main verb plus the object. Now let's follow the steps. Step 1. Identify the subject, verb and the object in the sentence. The subject is the police. The auxiliary verb is had. The main verb is arrested. The object is a gang of thieves. Step 2. Bring the object to the front, that is a gang of thieves. Step 3. Add the auxiliary verb according to the formula. Now the answer is a gang of thieves had been. Step 4. Write the past participle form of the main verb. The past participle form of the main verb arrest is arrested. So the answer is a gang of thieves had been arrested. Step 5. Add by. Now the answer is a gang of thieves had been arrested by. Steps. Change the subject pronoun if necessary and complete your answer. Now the complete answer is a gang of thieves had been arrested by the police. Next, I would like to explain this exercise. The first sentence is we took a man to the hospital. This sentence is in past simple tense. Now you should apply its passive voice formula. In this sentence, the subject is we, the main verb is took, and the object is a man. Children, you should keep the rest part of the sentence as it is. Do not do any change. First, start the passive voice sentence with the object, that is a man. Then we select the auxiliary verb was from the formula because the object is singular. Now write the past participle form of the main verb take, that is taken. Finally, add by and the subject to complete your answer. The complete answer is a man was taken to the hospital by us. Here, the subject pronoun we becomes the object pronoun us. The second sentence is Kate was painting the walls. This sentence is in past continuous tense and apply its passive voice formula. In this sentence, the subject is Kate, The auxiliary verb is was, the main verb is painting, and the object is the walls. First, start the passive voice sentence with the object, that is, the walls. Then we select the auxiliary verb, verb being from the formula because the object is plural. Now write the past participle form of the main verb, paint. The past participle form of the main verb paint is painted. Finally, add by and the subject to complete your answer. The complete answer is the walls were being painted by Kate. Children, this is the third example. Our teacher had taught us grammar. It looks tricky, but when you follow the steps, it will be easy to form the passive voice sentences. In this sentence, the subject is our teacher, the auxiliary verb is had, the main verb is taught, the indirect object is us, the direct object is grammar. Children, in this sentence, there are two objects, such as the direct object and the indirect object. First, we are going to use the direct object. The direct object gives the answer to the question what. What does the teacher teach? It's grammar. So, grammar is the direct object. First, let's begin the passive voice sentence with the direct object, that is grammar. Then select the auxiliary verb had been from the formula. Now write the past participle form of the main verb teach. The answer is taught. Finally, add the indirect object by and the subject to complete the answer. The complete answer is grammar had been taught us by our teacher. Now we are going to use the indirect object. Indirect object gives the answer to the question to whom. To whom does the teacher teach grammar? The answer is to us. So us is the indirect object. Let's begin the passive voice sentence with the indirect object. Here the object pronoun us becomes the subject we. Then you should select the auxiliary verb had been from the formula. Now write the past participle form of the main verb teach, that is taught. Finally, add the direct object by and the subject to complete your answer. The complete answer is we had been taught grammar by our teacher. Students, this is the end of the explanation of this lesson. Thank you and God bless you.